Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the West. More specifically, we're still in Carson City, Nevada. And more specifically than that, we're at the Nevada State Railroad Museum. Now, it is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. So I've been trying to pay close attention to different train museums as I travel through different towns, and decided we're going to come over here today and check out the Railroad Museum. And I think we might get to ride a train. Not sure, but hopefully we'll get to ride a train. Oh, here it comes. Looks like a little one cabin train there. Well, let's head inside. Okay, and they do have an indoor museum in here, but I was talking to the gentleman at the front, and he said to purchase the train tickets, you got to go down to the depot. So we're going to see if we can hop on a train, and then we'll come back and explore the museum. Oh yeah, and you can see the train there pulling back into the station. Let's head down there and see if we can get on the next train. Let's head inside the depot and see about those tickets. Oh, there's the ticket window over here. Okay, and out here in front of the depot we have this train here. But this is what we're going to be riding. This is the Edwards motor car. So it looks like, yeah, just kind of like a streetcar type of vehicle that rides along the railroad track. Okay, and here we are.
Pardon?
You can sit up in the front part here. I guess this is where the engineer pilots the train. Pilot, engineer. I'm not sure what you call someone who drives a motor car like this.
Or you want to sit back here?
There you go.
Thank you. Look at this.
Some trains.
There's a cute puppy on the motor car.
Standard, the outer rails
Hey there.
4 foot 8.5 inches away.
Here we go. Pulling out on our motor car. We can watch the automobiles go by as we travel on our motor car. Oh, that's the turntable right there. Here's the spooky train graveyard. Look at all those cars back there, the old box cars. Oh, are we making a turn here? All sorts of overlapping tracks. Looks like we're doing another lap here. Get a closer look at that turntable. That there in the middle can rotate the different trains onto the track, put them back in their garages. Look out into the Nevada wilderness. We're actually being pulled backwards into the station.
Yeah.
Got her?
So a nice, relaxing motor car ride Did about 3 laps around the property. Something just very calming and relaxing about being on a vehicle like that, a train-like vehicle. Now let's head back inside the Railroad Museum. See the big doors in here where they could actually push trains in to the building. And this here is an 1870s style locomotive. On the ground here, it's the actual massive train map here. Goes down to Oakland, California. And we can take this train here through the mountains, through Donner Pass. Hopefully nothing goes wrong there. And then in to Reno, and then take the Virginia Truckee Railroad down to Carson City, where we are now. And this travels here along one of the most lonesome parts of the entire country, through Nevada, then into Salt Lake City. See the train cars. Yeah, this looks like a passenger car here. Yeah, this is the Virginia Truckee, the road that leads between Carson City and Reno. Oh, V&T Railroad, so this must be another locomotive used on the Virginia Truckee. See that rail car there where you pump the lever to make it ride down the railroad. I'd love to ride in one of those one of these days. And then up here we see the conductor making sure everything goes smoothly. He runs a tight train. And some of the miniature locomotives here from the Virginia Truckee. Oh, look at this one. Nothing's gonna slow this train down. Talks about the time zones here. Of course, the time zones were created by the railroads in order for them to be able to run smoothly. So the time zones we still use, basically created to make trains run on time. And this clock here, this is the Virginia and Truckee Railroad standard time. So this would be in the main station, and then anyone that worked on that railroad had to synchronize their pocket watches to this. So this basically set the time so everyone's watches would run exactly the same. And this is pretty cool. We got a marker here. On one side it says Nevada. On the other side it says California. So this is actually the marker on the railroad that showed that you were crossing the state line. It's an 1862 stagecoach. These stagecoach, absolutely beautiful. It's owned by the Wells Fargo Company. Yeah, I love the design of these old stagecoaches. Wait, who's that? Is that Judy Garland? Little miniature locomotive here, Whistling Billy. Can we go inside? Okay. So you can be the engineer. Oop. I almost fell over for some reason. All the little knobs to turn there. I bet operating a train is hard. And here is the gift shop. And oh, look at this. One of these really cool old school penny presses. The Nevada State Railroad Museum with a train on it. We got Nevada, the Silver State, made of copper, and the Carson City, Nevada penny. Yeah, quarter penny. Penny slides through there, and then gets crushed. There it goes. And some more pennies from the great state of Nevada. We got some pretty cool shirts over here. Yeah, look at that. It's a little mini conductor. Animals, a panda, a raccoon, and a purple hippo. They have different train Christmas ornaments. I like this one a lot. That's that really cool passenger train we saw in the Roundhouse. We head out the back door here. They said that there was some other exhibits back here. Out here we have the turntable and the Roundhouse where all these trains are stored. Oh, what is this? I love this train here. It's so weird looking. Look how pointy it is on the front. Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. And it looks like we can actually head inside here. It's a little dark in the train, but man, I love the porthole windows. This train is very, very steampunk. I love it. And you can see the front there, how it comes to a point. Oh, and look at the back. Look at the back here, where you can sit here and have like the panoramic porthole windows. So it does give a little bit of information. Again, this is used on the Virginia Truckee Railroad, and this is one of 150 wind splitter cars. So that front being angular like that is to cut through the wind. And apparently this is the only fully functional of such cars in the world. So I don't know, maybe some days they actually take this out. I'd have to check. Maybe some days they take this out. I'd love to have a ride on this. And it looks like we can climb into this caboose here. There's a lot of seating for a caboose. Oh yeah, look at this back here, this open air car. So this locomotive right here actually owned by Paramount Studios for a while. I used it in some 1930s Hollywood films. We got some cannons here too. Here's a Model T that was used to transport passengers and luggage at the train depots. Oh, and this is a weird little thing that I never got to mention. Here on my rental car, the Nissan Altima, there is no license plate. I drove out of the rental car company and I noticed there's no license plate on my car. I thought they made a mistake. So I turned around, drove back, went in. I said, there's no license plate on my car. They said, that's fine in Nevada. If a car is less than 30 days old, it doesn't need a license plate. It has like a little certificate taped to the front windshield. But that means if like the police are behind you, they can't run your plates. So I guess if you wanted to start a crime spree in Nevada, just buy a new car, and for the first 30 days, the cops can't track you. And as I mentioned earlier, 2025, the year of planes, trains, and automobiles. We went to the Nevada Railroad Museum, got to ride a motor car on the rails to see some old trains. But let's not leave automobiles out of the equation, because I've come back here to Reno to the National Automobile Museum. Okay, first stop here in the National Automobile Museum. We head into the blacksmith shop, into Auto Gallery number 1. And this is the John A. Hara Gallery. Now, that is John Hara, as in Harrah's Casinos, one of the largest chains of casinos in the country. Actually, I did not realize this until today, but the Harrah's Casinos actually started here in Reno And John Harrow was a massive car collector, had one of the largest car collections in the world. And apparently he did sell off his collection to different people when he passed away, but they have a large portion of his collection here. Now, this apparently was his starter car, his first fancy car, and apparently he brought this to Reno. The docent was just explaining to me. He brought this to Reno and wanted to show it off, and he apparently was laughed at by all the other rich people because he had misidentified the car. He got the year wrong. They laughed at him, and he said, "I'll show you. I'll get the biggest car collection in the world." Now, this here is one of the oldest cars in existence. This is the 1892 Fillion. And so this particular car actually used in several movies in the 40s and 50s. I'm looking at this, trying to figure out how it even operates. You sit like in the very, very front. And yeah, it's kind of like a car. You sit in the front. There doesn't seem to be any controls up front. But it looks like, okay. Oh, I see. It takes two people. I guess the person driving the car sits back here. So that up here, this is just for the passenger to get a better view. Imagine if they still made cars like that, where the back seat was in the front and the driver had to try to look around you. Got some other very, very old cars here. This one seems to operate the same way. This is the 1892 Leon Bollet. So again, the passenger sits in the front and the driver sits in the back. I guess operates that wheel and that lever there. Yeah, these automobiles here, incredibly old. This is the 1899 Locomobile. Other variations. It's 1901, 1903, and this is a 1903 Cadillac. This definitely looks like Mr. Toad's car. I guess Mr. Toad, he was insane about cars. He was obsessed with cars. I guess he loved driving this 1903 Cadillac. Although this 1903 Ford also looks like a Mr. Toad car. Yeah, you can see the evolution of the car as they sort of put tops on them in case it rains. Oh, look at this one here. This is like Mr. Toad Deluxe. This is a 1910 Oldsmobile. Oh, look at this, early motorist here. Now this is amazing. That Thomas Flyer here. See, New York to Paris. This vehicle participated in the New York to Paris automobile race of 1908. The great New York to Paris automobile race of 1908. And look at this. They basically traveled the Lincoln Highway from New York to San Francisco. Then went up to Seattle, presumably took a ship across the ocean, and then all across Asia and Europe there, and ending up in Paris. Definitely not the fastest way to get from New York to Paris, but very, very impressive. And this car here made that glorious trek. Not only did it make that long trek, it actually won. It won that race. So, man, it's actually built in Buffalo, New York. That's pretty amazing. And you can see how worn and ragged this car is from its great adventure. That is a true legend when it comes to automobiles. Someday I want my car to be in a museum like this. Oh, this one here, the 1911 Franklin, is very, very stylish. Ooh, I think I like this one the best though. This bright yellow 1913 Mercer. Look at this, the Titanic car. This car appears in the film Titanic, and no, it's not from the scene you're thinking it is. This was actually seen driving before before they got on the ship. So this car appeared in the movie, but did not appear on the ship. As we step out here, notice how interesting this museum is laid out. We entered through a blacksmith shop. We came out this Art Deco hotel. And look at this, all the keys there for the different hotel rooms. Oh, and all the mail is for Mr. Bill Hara, the founder of Harrah's. And then they have the guest book here. There's some more interesting cars along here. This little tiny bread truck, almost like a bread truck for children to drive in. See Charlie Brown on the back. Oh, this is stylish. Look at that. This is, look at those ornaments on top. This is the 1936 DeSoto. Now it looks like this theater facade here. It says host your next event here. This must be a event space back in here. But they are playing some amazing movies here. The Invisible Man, The Bride of Frankenstein, and my favorite, The Wizard of Oz. And I've still not seen Gone with the Wind. I need to sit down and see it. In this building over here, Bailey Brothers Building and Loan Associates, this is their podcast studio. What Drives Reno? This is a truck featured in Hot Rod magazine. This this looks like the real Cybertruck. So you continue to walk down the street here. You can see a hardware shop. Looks like this is a little gift shop. You buy all sorts of little cars and vehicles in here. I used to love these when I was a kid, the Hot Wheels cars. Oh, what is this? A fast foodie? Oh, is that, I think that's a piece of, oh, it's a sushi. It's a piece of sushi. That's really cool. I also like this bus with all the graffiti on it. And here's your merch from the National Automobile Museum. I love their little mascot there. And here we go, a pressed penny machine. It says the National Automobile Museum. Let's get this fired up. It's quarter penny, and it's just got the one design. Let it drop. And there we go, a great addition to the collection. Yeah, interesting, the gift shop's actually mid-museum and just leads us into our next gallery here. Some very interesting shapes. Yeah, I've never seen one quite like that. It's a 1917 Franklin. The 1921 Rolls Royce, covered in shiny copper. Imagine how many pressed pennies you could press this car into. And this is interesting. A 1922 Dodge. It is a custom car. It says that this was built for General Douglas MacArthur by the Dodge company for use in the Philippines, and it's opened up wide to so that a lot of fresh air can get in because it's very hot there. And the 1926 Ford fire engine. See Honest John's used cars back here, an old used car lot. Yeah, I don't want any of these cars. They've been used too much. Now my taste in cars, in modern times I just like to get cars that are reliable and cost effective, but if I had all the money in the world, I really like unusual cars that stand out, cars that don't look like all the other cars. And here we have a very strange looking car. This is an experimental sedan known as the Aeromobile. I guess it's because it's so aerodynamic. 1921 Ford Model T camp car. So it is a Model T, but it's also, I guess, meant to go camping with, kind of like a early RV. Let's see, the side opens up there, and I guess you could lay down and nap in there or sleep overnight if it was a nice night out. You can see the campsite here. Got their picnic baskets set up. But remember, death rides the forest when man is careless. Yeah, we entered the hardware store, the gift shop there, and then came out the dry goods store, where a little teeny Barbie mobile is parked out front. We also have this U.S. Army Ford GPW. There's a saloon on the corner here. Just remember, don't drink and drive. So the Route 66 emblem there on the ground. Of course, Route 66 does not go through the state of Nevada, but because of its connection to the history of automobiles, I think it is appropriate to acknowledge it here. We enter our next gallery here at this service station, and you'll actually have the opportunity to win a brand new car. But no time for that. Let's go see the cars. Oh, into the garage here. Let's see this car being worked on. You see this little 50s diner here taking us into the golden age of the automobile. And look at this Mercedes-Benz here with doors that swing up like that. My understanding is the only reason they stopped making doors like this is because they require too much room to try to open up. You know, if you're parked too close next to somebody, especially as like other cars have gotten bigger and bigger, you get more pinched in parking spots. You can see what's good under the hood here. Oh, look at this old school jukebox. Wonder if they have my favorite song. Feels like cars just got super shiny in this period of time. These 1940s cars here. This talks about Ed Big Daddy Roth, who kind of created the custom car movement and created the iconic Rat Fink character, who I guess to this day is still an icon for custom cars. And these cars are truly amazing, just absolute works of art. I love the bright colors, love the crazy face on the side. The bubble top reminds me of the car that Homer Simpson invented. The car made for Homer. This is the 1994 Beatnik Bandit. Here's the 1961 Beatnik Bandit here. Also very stylish with that amazing bubble top right there. That is great. That is great. I want to ride in a bubble. And even this motorized wheelbarrow here. There he is, the Rat Fink. With this, says this is a Fink mobile motorcycle. One of the most interesting motorcycles I've ever seen. I didn't know motorcycles could have 4 tires. I'm not sure what makes this a motorcycle, but it's very fascinating. Then there is a motorized wagon, and then look at this big motorbike here. Some 1950s vehicles here. I think from what I understand, the 50s were a very popular time for certain types of automobiles. Some racing cars here. The Spirit of Nevada, very brightly colored. It's a 1965 Lotus Ford and a 1955 Ferrari. Heading into the speed section here. They have a variety of different racing cars. I think these are local shops. This is Junkie Clothing Exchange, a vintage clothing store, and then the Port of Subs, a local sub shop here in Reno. It's a chain, but it is based out of Reno. I haven't tried I may need to try these subs before we head out of Reno. Oh, look at the captain up there. Now this is the Paul Newman collection. Race cars used by Paul Newman. Apparently he was a race car driver in addition to being a salad dressing inventor. I like this one here in the back, the Flying Caduceus. Look at that. It's got a weird face. Oh, look at these motorcycles over here. Man, this one looks like it looks like it's built for a giant. Down this road, you have a family home with some cars out front, including the very strange and unusual Cyclops replica. But let's head into the family garage here under the basketball hoop. See some of the old clothes being stored here in the garage. But this is actually the Hollywood section. Hollywood Cars of the Stars. See the paparazzi there trying to take our pictures as we walk in. Oh, look. Elvis. This is a Cadillac belonging to Elvis. But I've actually found an interesting statistic that Elvis owned more Cadillacs than any other person in the world. He had the largest collection of Cadillacs. So technically, if you buy an old Cadillac, there's more likely that it belonged to Elvis than it belonged to any other particular person. And then parked right in front of Elvis's car is the car of John Wayne. You see all these dinosaurs here. There's one sick Triceratops laying down over there. And apparently the Jurassic Park Explorer is chasing dinosaurs around the world. So it's out on the long, lonesome road right now. And then here we got a Blues Mobile, which is a decommissioned police car that the Blues Brothers traveled in. Also, they had a lot of garbage on their dashboard. And this here is Sammy Hagar's 1956 Chevrolet. Oh, look at this. It's got the surfboard and things on the top, and then an actual wooden tiki face carved into the side. And then this Lincoln Continental belonged to JFK, President JFK. Not the car where the misfortune happened, but one of the cars that he would be transported in. You see Kennedy up there. And look at this television camera. And actually, if you're standing in front of this camera, you can appear on this TV here. So let's see, I'm going to look right into the camera. And you guys tell me if you can see me. And this is pretty fun. This is the Chevrolet van named Guinevere from the movie Onward, a Pixar movie. So obviously this isn't the original, because the original was CGI. And there is the DeLorean, of course, converted into a time machine in the Back to the Future movies. But this is actually a very rare DeLorean. This is a 24 karat gold plated DeLorean. This was created as a promotion by American Express, and apparently it is very, very expensive, but it can't travel through time. That's the one problem. Quite the motorcycle collection in here. Motorcycles here from Ghost Rider, and then this hellacious monstrosity of a motorcycle here. I guess this is the flaming motorcycle from Ghost Rider. And this is an alien motorcycle from Men in Black 2. You can see all the alien features on there. It's got eyes and tentacles. All sorts of weird flourishes. Now this is the Looper motorcycle. And I've never seen Looper. I know it involves time travel and Bruce Willis. And then a Ghostbusters motorcycle. This is from the all-female Ghostbusters movie. Came out a few years back. I guess it was rode by this guy right here. Yeah, there's the 2016 Ghostbusters. The logo there on the side. Different weaponry down here. These are Men in Black weapons. There is the guns from the movie Pixels, where they fought arcade characters. Oh, and in the back there, they have the Paul Blart Segway from Paul Blart Mall Cop. And I've not seen this movie, but this is from Passengers in 2016. There's a spacesuit from that movie. And this is the monocycle from Men in Black 3. Oh, and there it is. It looks like the Jurassic Park vehicle has returned after its adventures. I guess this is their actual garage here where they can work on the cars. There's actually an a Ghostbusters mobile in there as well. Oh, back here we have the Cars from Cars. There is Tow Mater and Mr. Lightning McQueen over here. Oh, and look at these pictures here. These actually chronicle the Thomas Flyers journey from New York to Paris. Uh-oh, apparently they hit a blizzard in Indiana. They got stuck in some mud in Iowa. They were greeted by crowds of jeering fans in Cheyenne. Then loaded the car onto a boat and set sail for Japan. Were pulled across rivers, past herds of horses, and then finally arrived in Paris. Decided to hop over here to Sparks, Nevada, just right next door to Reno, to visit Scheels. Scheels is one of the most massive, spectacular sporting goods stores in the country. You can see outdoors here we have statues dedicated to various sporting bros. There's a guy doing a sick handstand while snowboarding. Oh, look at this big weird bear welcoming us to Scheels. And right off the bat, we enter through this archway of fish. This aquarium here, built into an archway. You see here, right in the center of Scheels, we have a full-sized Ferris wheel. Escalator takes up here to the guns section. There is a lot of taxidermy prancing around the guns. Now look at these two elks locked forever in a battle of dominance. If you have trouble finding an elk out in the wild to shoot, you can just buy this one and shoot them all you want at home. These are my kind of guns here at the Scheels Shooting Gallery. Let's take a few shots here. Looks like you've got a kind of a hunting and fishing scene here. The fisherman back there. You got this guy strumming his guitar on the porch. This is Big Joe's Boat Company. See, can we open? Oh, that shovel moved. You can make the sign spin over there. See a big bear back there. Let's see if we can get that bear to... Oh, something popped up there. There we go. See, something popped up there? It's another wild animal. We'll move over here really close to this guy where we could fire at will. All right, play us a tune. There he goes. Playing us a little tune.
This song is my favorite.
Oh, the song is his favorite. Shoot the campfire here. Lower that fish into the fire. Oh, a snake? Oh, the snake. It's a sneaky snake. And why not? We have an animatronic Abraham Lincoln as well.
But it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us.
And as we walk around the perimeter of the upstairs, we have more presidents here. There's JFK. We just saw one of his limousines over at the National Car Museum. And who's this? Oh, we got Teddy. Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know if I've ever seen Teddy with that particular haircut before, but that's definitely Teddy's face. He doesn't move, but he does talk.
Ask of us the same high standards of strength and sacrifice which we ask of you. With a good conscience, our only sure reward. With history, the final judge of our deeds.
And great googly moogly, look at this taxidermy mountain here. You have the moose right up front. And just so many different animals. Oh, look at that. The ultimate showdown. Grizzly bear versus marmot. Now look at this cluster of bears. Now there's not actually very many species of bears. We have the brown bear here. That's the grizzly bear. That's a little grizzly bear. The brown bear here is bigger. And then this is a black bear, but it's not black because black bears can be different colors. It is a cinnamon black bear. Sounds delicious. Oh, look at all the bighorn sheep up there at the top of Taxidermy Mountain. And these poor antelope here are getting stuck in the barbed wire. Now from the mightiest elk to the tiniest prairie dog down here. And here in the fishing center we have this seaplane. So we have officially seen planes, trains, and automobiles today. We have completed the trio. I'm still in awe of Taxidermy Mountain here. Oh, some beautiful marlins. Got some mahi-mahi right there. Some more presidents over here. Andrew Jackson and James Madison. Here in the toy section, a vicious animatronic dinosaur. Animatronic presidents and animatronic dinosaurs in the same building. And there's our very first president, Mr. George Washington. Ronald Reagan over here, but he is in pure cowboy variant. He's got his lariat there, his cowboy hat, wearing his denim. We have Harry Truman and Dwight Eisenhower here, both talking over top of each other.
At such a time in history, we who are free must proclaim anew our faith. This faith is the abiding creed of our fathers. It is our faith in the deathless dignity of man, governed by eternal, moral, and natural laws. This faith defines our full view of life.
And then we have Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And despite the fact that he has 4 microphones in front of him, he's actually not saying anything. Here's a local mascot, the Nevada Wolf. Okay, so I swung back by the hotel. Jen has been resting a little bit and said that she has been feeling a little better.
Yeah, I at least want to do some like walking around today, so I'm not just like a big lump.
Yeah. So where do you want to go, Jen?
I want to go see the Donner stuff.
The Donner Party?
Yeah, does everyone know the story of the Donner Party? You're
Yeah,
good at
well,
telling
they got
stories.
stuck in the snow and actually they had to eat each other. They didn't kill each other. They didn't fight to the death. They, some of them died, and the others said, well, instead of starving to death, I think I will eat my dad. So we're going to go...
I've watched countless documentaries on this. I don't know why I'm so fascinated, but there's a museum there that's already closed, which is okay. But there's a big monument, and it's on the actual trail, and I'm like, that's only a half hour away!
All right.
We must see this.
So we're going to ride over there and see the monument.
Yay!
Uh-oh. little rain out here in the mountains. At least it's not snow. So this is it. This is the land where the Donner Camp was, where they fell upon hard times, trapped here on this pass through California, and were left with no other choice but then to munch upon the corpses of each other. And we see this monument right here. Now, this is not dedicated solely to the Donner Party, but to all the settlers that came through the pass here, searching for a new life. But one interesting thing about this statue is that it's actually built so tall up on that platform so that it's always above the snow line. And so you can just imagine how high it is. Jen, do you mind going over there and get...
I'm going to be so short in comparison.
So to show where the snow line is, there you go. Oh my gosh. So yeah, they want to make sure it's never buried by snow. And the snow here is insane. I've driven through here in a snowy patch, and the snow on both sides of the road was taller than my car. And it says on the monument, virile, to risk and find, kindly withal, and a ready help, facing the brunt of fate, indomitable, unafraid. What do you think, Jen?
I don't think I'm any of those words.
You're definitely...
I would be a big baby. I'm like, it's going to snow. No, I'm good. Well, to be fair, they didn't know it was going to snow.
They didn't know it was going to...
Yeah.
Well, apparently we were just listening to some things on the Donner Party on the drive over here, and apparently a lot went wrong. Some of it they couldn't control. Some of it they probably should have known just a little better.
They said they didn't bring enough food because they wanted to
Well, they said they brought
things.
exactly enough
4
food.
months worth of food.
Exactly.
So exactly enough.
So, like, if they had any, like, hiccups, then they would have run out of food.
And it said they were prioritizing their items because, I mean, they left everything.
Oh, yeah, they left all... They said they overpacked, like, their stuff and underpacked their food.
So I just imagine it being me and all my Funkos and having to, like, chew on, like, I don't know, Chewbacca's head or something.
You know, famously, they did have to resort to cannibalism, but for some reason, one thing about the story that really disturbs me is they ate their own shoes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
They had to boil their shoes in a pot and then scrape up the shoe slime off the bottom of the pot and then eat that.
Like, it's like a soup, like, of rubber.
I mean, it's
not rubber.
It's like more like, I think it's more like a sludge.
Yeah.
It's made of leather, so it's like leather boiled to a gray sludge.
But if snow gets, like, as extreme as you said and, like, everything said, can you imagine having to walk barefoot? Like, that's already your death
you
sentence.
eat your shoes, and then you have to walk around in the middle of a you're stuck there because of the snow, and now you have no shoes and a belly full of gray mush.
Yeah, no, that's
all
crazy.
They had to know they were pretty screwed. And then right next to the Memorial Park, they have a Taco Bell.
You're saved.
Imagine if this Taco Bell existed back then, they wouldn't have needed any cannibalism. So thank you, everyone, for joining me today on our adventures. We saw trains, the Nevada Train Museum. We saw automobiles, the National Automobile Museum. We even saw a plane over at Scheels. And then got to see the Donner Monument, Jen's special request. And we got to eat Taco Bell where the Donner Party was stuck.
This is really cool, I'm not gonna lie.
So thank you guys for watching this video. We got one more day in Reno tomorrow. And then the big day. We're going to be leaving on the jet plane to Hawaii. There is a correction. We were talking earlier about, in our other video, that we thought it was 10 hours from flight. It's not.
No.
Plenty of people have corrected me. It's about 6 hours from San Diego to Hawaii, which is still horrifying, but significantly less terrifying than the 10-hour flight.
The long day is our return flight from Hawaii to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh my gosh!
We have
not a direct
2 different
flight. Not a direct
layovers.
flight.
No. So, and then it also says travel time, and I guess that counts for your layovers as well. So that's where I got confused. Right. So I am sorry to everyone that corrected. Well, thousands of you.
Well, thank you guys for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. Travel around the country filming roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other
And
fun
cannibalism.
stuff. And occasionally cannibalism. If you'd like to support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon, $3 or more. Get you a postcard once a month. Once Jen gets back, you can order some souvenirs out of the Etsy shop. And I'm still doing personalized messages on Cameo. And, of course, all those things help keep this train on the track, this automobile on the road, and this plane in the air.
What about the carriages for the Oregon Trail?
And this man meat in your mouth.
Yay!
Until next time, my friends, this one's
In the Taco Bell bag.
in the bag.